wide, motherfucker.
Oh,
If you look at us, we look handsome, but we're pretty wide.
We're wide.
So, welcome back, Jamel. Actually, have you done an episode since season 1?
I haven't. No,
Have you
actually.
were you even in season 1
It was me and Fonzo.
for Puka Circle podcast?
I remember Fonzo and me took a photo together outside of your house or inside of your house. That's the last time I was on this
Honestly, I
podcast.
don't remember. All right, well, welcome to season 3.
That's messed up.
Jacob, returning guest. Why the fuck are you on your phone like that?
What?
Are you okay?
No.
Did she send you an angry text?
No.
You gonna be all
She
right?
did not.
All right.
Jacob, you good?
Core Power. We're not
Okay.
sponsored.
So yeah, welcome back, everyone. Just want to give everyone an insight. Please follow this channel on YouTube. It is the only way you can watch this video is by video is YouTube or on Spotify. If you don't, it's all just going to be audio from like Apple Play. What is that?
Apple Music?
Apple Podcast, whatever they have. The purple
think
app.
Oh, just podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so follow me there, but that's only an audio platform. And then, like I said, the Puka Circle podcast is primarily on Spotify, but every week after it comes out, I will make sure to upload the newest episode on YouTube. So YouTube's a little delayed, but I do that for a reason because I want most of my listeners coming here. But Fonzo is too cheap and doesn't want to pay for Spotify, which I don't blame him at the same time. That motherfucker makes like $30K more than me, so like
Jacob, how much was that food that you Venmo requested me $35?
$35?
Yeah. It came up to 105 with the tip.
What?
The 10 empanadas and the 12 wings.
Was $105?
There was like $16 in fucking fees. No delivery
Each
fee.
food?
No,
Food item?
well, the empanadas are like $4 a pop, and the wings
We should
were.
have just gone to the diner.
Hold on.
after.
Yeah.
We should have just gone to the diner at this point.
Oh
Cancel that
my
shit.
God.
Hold on. I could still cancel if it is what it is. But
Yeah, we're going to the
the
diner.
drinks, the drinks were $4 each.
Times 16.
The wings, 12 pieces, and the 10 empanadas.
Sorry, guys. We're just discussing the food that we just ordered for post the pod to eat and enjoy, but it's about to cost us like 3 meals a person.
So you want me to cancel it?
Yeah, cancel.
Yeah, that's a lot of
Can
money.
I?
But we'll do something else.
Can I cancel this shit?
Cancel it now. Do it. Do it now. But while Mike J is canceling it, like I was continuing to say, this podcast is gonna be really random. I know I asked you guys to submit a bunch of questions to be the introductory questions for season 3. But what we're gonna do primarily on this one's answer all of them, and on top the 2 that I chose. And
I'll be charged $90 to cancel it.
What
90?
the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. Total charge to cancel?
Uber is a scam.
I want you guys to see this. This is what Uber does. Uber's going to charge us $87. Oh, you can't even fucking see, but $87 to cancel this, and the food was $100.
All right, looks like I'm sending you $35.
That's wild.
Oh my god! Nowadays, everything's a fucking scam, bro.
Jesus Christ.
That is crazy. That is very crazy. Fuck it, just let it be.
All right.
Mike J's praying for us.
No,
Let's see.
Fraud.
So we're gonna start with the intro questions. Thank you guys. By the way, thank you guys for coming. I know it's late in the day. It's a Sunday, but I appreciate your time. I actually bumped into Jamel on the road. I honked my horn and started waving my hands.
If I was somebody random, you probably would have been a very weird experience.
This podcast is not sponsored by Hennessy, but we found this amazing piece in Mike J's house for some reason.
And you decided to put it next to me because
I'm sorry. I know what that. I know how that looks, but it's artsy.
It's
bro.
exactly how it looks.
Wow, I didn't see all that. That is crazy.
Jamel really wanted it next to him.
No. It's a Hennessy bottle that's a lamp. Isn't that? You can't say that's not artsy.
Did you get it from a thrift shop?
I don't know where my mom got it from.
In my defense, Jamel, you put it next to you.
You asked me to.
No, I said to put it over here.
What?
Well, maybe you didn't ask me where I wanted it.
Y'all.
Jamel made the assumption for himself.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't really give me any.
We didn't give him a choice, but he still made the assumption himself.
Right.
It is what it is. You know what it So we're gonna start right off with the intro questions. I'm gonna start with Jamal. Jamal. Actually, can I ask you, do you actually really get offended that we call you different names? Your real name is Jamel, but there's nicknames like Jim L, like GYEM-EL. There's Jamal, the one that I've been
How the hell did you just spell Jim? G-Y-E-M?
G-Y-I-M.
Jim is G-Y-M.
That's what I meant. You know, I'm fucking hungry, bro. I'm hungry. And the food's fucking costing me like most of my paycheck just to fucking have 10 bites of a fucking wing.
That's facts.
I'm a little stressed out. I apologize, but do you care that we call you all these different names, or you just got used to it?
I've gotten used to it. What confuses me is when I'm at work and people call me Jamal when my name tag clearly has one A in it.
What do they call you?
Jamal.
Oh, Jamal. Yeah.
But Jamal is with 2 A's, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 2 A's. Yes, correct.
Or Jamil.
That's
Jamil. There's no
completely wrong.
E. Well,
There's no
Well, there's
two
an
E's.
E.
That would
There's
be
an
two
two
E's.
Yeah.
Jamal.
I don't get it.
How about you just call me Jamel?
I'm about to just say my name is Lamar at this point. It sounds easier for people to say, I guess. At
They'll-
work.
They'll start saying Lemire. They'll start saying Lemire
That'd be
or
pissing me
Lamar.
Lamar.
I'm just go by my middle name from now on.
All right. Well, thank you for answering that. Honesty. Thank you. I appreciate it. Jamal. So, all right, Jamal. Tell us something you have recently learned that has changed your outlook on life.
Recently learned.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be so recent, but I mean, what kind of advice or something that you experienced that you've learned that has made you change your outlook to life?
I can't say it's something I've learned. It's more so things like, I guess, like I see and experience with other people.
Okay. I'll take it.
Like the most recent and most obvious is more so like Shane and Renee getting engaged.
That's
Nice.
literally what I had on
But
my
that's not,
answer.
like, but I don't mean it in a bad way. It's more
Mhm.
so like,
The fuck did you do, Shane?
No. like they've been together for a long time and they've been through a lot. I'm happy to see them getting engaged and getting married.
Facts.
But me, it's more so, and also a complete side note, like I think Nat's cousin is getting like engaged soon.
Well, hopefully this comes out after the question.
Well, yeah. And I think they've been together for like almost the same amount of time I've been with Nat. So it's like, it's more so I need to, not in a sense, get my shit together.
She's
But
hinting it.
yeah. But she always asks me, like, when do you think you're going to do it? Or, like, what's your timeline? And I can't really give her a straight answer because I don't know yet.
What would you like to be at for yourself for you to be comfortable to ask that question?
Like, what do I want to be?
Yeah.
First off, at least, like, more financially stable.
Gotcha.
I can't see myself marrying anybody or marrying her without if I'm not financially stable, let alone even trying to bring a child into this world without being financially stable.
Facts.
Yeah.
Very
So,
expensive.
but I have to like really like buckle down, and, like, I guess in a sense, get my shit together. Well, first started, she makes jokes that she won't marry me if I'm still working for TD Bank. Part of me does not blame her for that.
Yeah, shout out TD.
So it's just more so me, like I have to buckle down and actually like focus more
Gotcha.
and not be so not carefree, but like just so nonchalant about everything.
See what you
So
did, Shane?
that's my
Fuck
biggest
you.
problem. It's not. No, it's not a bad thing. I'm so happy.
It's
for
not a
them.
knock at you, Shane.
Trust me, I'm so happy for
Completely
them. Like it's
not
not even funny.
No, but I get you.
yeah.
I get you. I definitely, trust me, a lot of things have happened because of that, but not in a bad way, right? Like it just opens your eyes to where you are realistically and
Yeah.
on a timeline. So I agree with you 100% that I think that we're getting to that point where it's getting a little bit more real.
It's kind of scary to me, honestly, because
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I'm almost 30, and it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Years just fly by, man.
You just turned 29 too, so that's
Yeah.
pretty like I don't like to like I said in anything. I don't like to put a time frame, but like obviously you have a situation where you've been in a relationship for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
So it's coming to the point where, you know, a girl is naturally going to ask, like, especially when she sees more and more of her friends getting engaged, getting more serious, hey, where is this for me in the time frame that you're looking at it? But my advice to you would be definitely don't rush into anything. Definitely don't do something just because someone else
Oh
wants.
no, of course not. Yeah.
And definitely don't also restrict yourself just because you're not financially stable. I always say that most of the times we're not prepared for anything. And I like what Shane said too. Like you just don't know. Like he wasn't 100% sure, but he gave me a good point of view where it's like you'll never really be 100%. So don't look for 100%. Look for at least 80 or 90.
I think I want that's my issue because I want everything to be like perfect, but I'm like that with everything.
Mhm.
So it's like it would probably drive me insane if it wasn't 100% perfect. But like
Gotcha.
like you said, the reality of it is it's not going to be.
Yeah, and you can't
So
drive yourself
I'd have to
crazy.
just deal. Yeah, pretty much I'd have to deal with that.
Facts. I
You
agree
work
with
on the 10% later.
True.
Yeah, very true. Like I
Very
said, once you
true.
get engaged, it's not like you're getting married the next day. Like,
Yeah.
fuck that.
It's funny
Once
because
you get
that's like,
engaged, you got to recover those fucking losses
Yeah.
from that money, and then maybe like a year or two down the line, then you can get married.
she's like she won't even mind like a long engagement.
Yeah,
She's like as
facts.
long as she's engaged, like that's great, great
'Cause
for
that's
her.
a promise ring, bro.
Yeah.
Speaking of promise rings, how's your promise ring going?
I guess to piggyback on what Jamel said,
Do you want to answer the question first, or you're just leading in?
same question, I'm assuming.
you want to give the same answer? I mean, you just want to
Yeah,
piggyback. Okay,
it's
good, good. I just
definitely
want to make sure. Okay.
Shane and Renee's recent engagement. Congratulations again to Shane and
Oh yeah,
Renee.
congratulations, guys.
Did we not say congratulations?
That's definitely set things into perspective. And in my relationship, I was gonna propose soon, but as opposed to Jamel's girlfriend, she
crazy.
doesn't mind a longer engagement. My girlfriend doesn't want a long engagement, and I understand that.
Oh, see,
Um,
many girls want different things.
yeah.
Oh.
So she'd rather, be engaged for like a year and a half, prior to like the actual wedding date, as opposed to like 3 or 4 years. Because for her at that time, like, what's the point of spending the money on a ring now and just to have it, just to, you know, just have it sit on her finger for 4 years. Um,
Nah,
and
relax,
then
bro. Don't throw shots at us.
no shots, no shots,
This
no
man's
shots,
throwing subs at me, bro. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
like the fuck, bro.
no
We want to
subs, no
fight.
subs, no subs.
But
Jamal's right
let
here.
me ask you something. What made you feel so confident to ask so shortly? Like not shortly, but like like you said it was gonna be done soon, but now
Mm.
things have changed where you're gonna prolong it. But what made you like? Can you help guys out there that are stuck in that situation? Like I wish we had Shane would have actually been perfect on this one, but Shane's been on two the most recent ones, so I just want to give Shane a break. But what would you say made you confidently pick in your head that you might be ready?
Um, Definitely one of those things is the age.
Okay,
I'm turning 30 soon. Well, in like 10 months, but
that's not soon.
um,
But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. It's within the year.
it's around the corner.
Yeah, time
Um,
flies.
and just to say that seeing my friends and family, family members, friends getting engaged around the same age, even some younger, which kudos to them, because me at that age, 24, 25, I don't think I would have even had the thought to be engaged. Um, but also with my girlfriend Alex being on the same page as me with it, um, makes things easier. So,
Gotcha.
communication, it always goes back to communication. So if you can have those conversations, you guys are on the same page, it makes that decision and that burden a little bit easier to carry forward.
I got you. No, I think that makes sense. I'm not gonna answer this question because I already answered it before on the previous one. But just to piggyback on what they're like you guys are saying, I feel like if like you'll never 100% be ready, like what the Shane advice, but also like knowing what you want to, right? Like he looks like he knew what he wanted from the very beginning, and he's aware of where he is with the situation, which is using communication with his partner to make sure that they're on the same page. And obviously, she agreed. So I feel like is that a reason, like because of you two being in the same, time frame to do everything, that like that makes everything a lot easier for you two?
Yeah, because she also has her own personal goals,
Mm-hmm.
and she wants to make sure that those aren't, you know, um, they're not distracted by other events, major events, like an engagement, a wedding.
Which
Um,
is what's up. It shows maturity on her side.
some people,
Mm.
even like a child, like those things can deter your plans. They'll throw a wrench in your plans. So she wants
Facts.
to make sure that she's still on her own personal goals before things get to that next level,
Which makes sense.
which makes sense,
100%.
Okay.
100%. So
I
that
like that.
agreement, makes things easier.
All right, we'll start with you since we start with Jamel on the second one, on the first one. Mick J, what moment in your life did you realize you became an adult?
Oh my God, that's my question.
Oh, shout out. That's his question. I didn't even know.
You made that question?
Yeah.
We picked it. Yeah. Shout out to Andrea Mendoza on the first episode. She picked one of the two questions. I picked the other one. So shout out to her because that one was like I was all over the place. Like,
That question, yeah, did go
yeah.
left and right.
So this is what's up to her. She's responsible for one of these intro questions. So thank you and big shout out. And I think shout out to Anthony Jacob because he was the person that gave me the advice yesterday when I was drunk as fuck about adding the rest of the questions to this pod. Because there's not really, like I said, there was. We're gonna talk about that bitch Jada Pinkett. I'm sorry, she gets me tight. She's gonna be at the end of the episode because that's where she needs to be.
He's a narcissist.
She's fucking crazy, bro. Will, I don't even feel bad for you anymore, bro. You're letting this shit happen, man. I used to look up to you, and I'm sure you don't give a shit about my advice, but bro, like, holy fuck, you are just being trashed. But let's not get
He's
started.
gonna message you and will beat your ass after this.
He's like,
He's
"Yo,
gonna
I'm gonna
slap
slap
you."
you like I slap Rock. Okay, Mick J. Yeah. What? So this is your question. What moment in your life did you realize you became an adult?
So I actually answered this question in a roundabout way on the first podcast of season 2.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
That's
On
crazy.
the first episode
You
of
may,
season
you
2.
know what you're trying to say is you're about to give a similar answer to what you said into some other question. I didn't ask
Was
this
it?
question.
No, but like the adult thing kind of came up. In
Oh,
that.
okay. Maybe it
Yeah.
did. Maybe it did. Okay.
So for
Oh.
me, it was when my father passed,
shit.
and that was the adult moment in my life because at that moment I had to become the man of the house. And I don't want to repeat more things, but check out season 2, episode 1. For that answer.
Facts. And
Um,
rest in peace to the great.
yeah, yesterday was 11 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
11 years, man. A
Yeah.
decade plus one. That's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's a
That
long
makes you
time.
feel old.
Yeah.
It makes me
11
feel so
years?
old.
Yeah.
Holy
So-
fuck. But yo, I'm not even trying to say this to, hype you up or anything. Your dad would be proud. Like,
True.
you guys don't see
yeah.
this.
It definitely would.
Like, we're in Mick J's house. Like, this is Mick J's house. We're in his basement filming this in this creepy ass white background. But it kind of goes with everything. It looks nice.
Looks like a horror scene down here, not going front.
And the
$20 an
Hennessy's
hour.
just throwing that. Yo, the Hennessy looks beautiful. I told you the Hennessy it makes everything look better.
Just put Hennessy in horror movies.
Yeah, fuck it.
It's causing most of the problems in those movies. You just get drunk and then shit just hits the fan after.
Yeah, but you see the white people in those horror movies. They go to the danger, bro. I'm the guy that says fuck those people. I don't give a fuck.
You don't want to save their life.
Hell no. It's like, hey, Puka, let's go explore it. Nah, I'm getting in my fucking Buford the Bronco, and I'm out.
The fact that you named your car Buford is
Yeah,
outrageous.
shout out to Buford the Bronco. I'll
Oh
put a
my
nice
God.
picture of her right here. Like, she's beautiful.
It's like Clifford the Big Red Dog, Buford the Bronco.
Buford the Bronco.
That's
You
what I
guys-
said when he told me that. I was like, it's like Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Jeez.
If,
Jesus.
if you want to know where I got the name Buford, is go to Checkers and look at their number 1, and you'll know why it's called Buford the Bronco.
Oh, Jesus.
But Jamel, same question, man. What moment in your life did you realize you became an adult?
It's hard to remember, but maybe like the first time like my mother actually had to go to the hospital when I was like old enough to really experience it. And then the multiple times after that, because it's kind of like, all right, my sister's not there. She has her own family. She moved out. Completely understandable.
Gotcha.
My dad, they're divorced. So it's just me and her. And then I'm the one that's taken to these hospitals, take all these phone calls from different doctors, have family members calling me, asking me what's going on, making sure she's okay, taking her to all these different doctors. And then when she's out, making sure she's still good, all for it to happen again like 3 months later.
So putting like you at the front of everything.
Yeah.
Like everything had to run through you, and you had to communicate, and you had
Pretty much, yeah.
even
And
if you
not to
didn't want
say-
to.
Yeah, and I'd
Yeah.
say that I'm like fully alone on it because like my sister she's a town over. I can call her and tell her what's going on, but I can't necessarily call her and be like, hey, I need this because she has 3 kids and a husband. Like I can't do that to her.
Yeah, makes
Yeah.
sense.
So those experiences, like, and it does get frustrating and annoying at times because it's like you have certain things to do, and I try my best to make sure you're doing those things, but I can't watch you 24/7.
Yeah.
So
Facts.
it's on you to also do that when I'm not there. And then the times where she's like, when she feels really good, she tends to stop taking those medications or stop doing those things.
Mhm.
And then it's a whole spiral back down.
That makes sense. Though.
So yeah, it's like every time I come home, it kind of sucks to say, but every time I come home, I don't necessarily know what I'm like behind the door. Like when I open the door, I don't know what's going on in the
Yeah.
sense like I don't know what she's gonna be like.
Yeah,
She's been good as of recent, but it's still like a big question sometimes. So
yeah, man, that's a lot. I'm not in that forefront in the same scenario, but like I do take care of my parents, and like you said too, I'd be ignorant to say if I'm not really getting helped. My siblings do help me, my nieces help me. They take out their grandparents and things like that. But my parents, right now, thankfully, aren't sick for anything that is uncontrollable. Like my mom's diabetic, so we have to be careful on that aspect. My dad has high blood pressure, but honestly, like a lot of people compliment the dude is 76 years old and he's still walking like he's a 65-year-old or a 60-year-old. I work at Home Depot, and I see a lot of old people come in, bro. And I every time I look at their license, because that's what we do in Home Depot, I'm like, they look like they're 90 and they're like 60. And I'm like, how does this dude look like this old? Like my dad is older than him and he looks a lot younger than this guy. And I see a lot of old people
Yeah.
like that don't age well. And I hope I get my dad's genes and don't, and age well. But I don't think it's going to be the same with me, man. I already look pretty old.
What? How do you think you look?
At least 35, honestly.
What the fuck?
I mean, it's not a huge number, right? But like,
Yeah.
that if you don't take care of your like skincare, and things like that, like it
You
could
age
do,
quickly.
yeah, it could do
You
some
can age,
damage, bro.
yeah.
It can do some damage, and my hairline's receding, bro. Like, I'm getting scared, bro. Like,
I mean, I'm convinced my hairline's gonna be disappear by the time I'm like
not your hairline's still good.
40. Well, it's funny because all my cousins on my dad's side of the family, outside of me, have lost their hairline,
Well,
and they think it's because of my mom's genes.
yeah, I was about to say to you, you're in luck because the hair is supposed to go with your mom's genes.
Oh, okay. So I
Yeah.
might be okay.
All my uncles, besides one, was bald, so I'm like a little scared. I'm like, yo, that odds that I might be that one uncle,
Just grow the beard out.
Bro, I wish I don't even grow it out, man. My dad said I'd grow it out by 28. I'm fucking almost 30. Like, this shit's not coming out,
It's
man.
because you still have hair in your head. So once this goes and you get this, and then it's all good.
That's what I told
Can't
you
do
yesterday. I was like, yo, you got to the end of the year to grow your facial beard.
I'm telling you right now, if I notice that I'm getting bald, I'm going to Turkey. I don't give a fuck.
Why?
I'm doing the surgery. I'm doing the LeBron Rooney surgery. I don't give a fuck.
Wait, they went to Turkey for
Yeah,
that?
they got the hair plugs.
Mhm.
Rooney got hair. Well, Rooney looked.
Well, everyone knows LeBron did that shit at like
Here's the
27.
thing: Rooney got hair plug and started playing worse. So people were like, they blame
blame
that
the
for-
plugs?
I mean, the time he got his hair plugs, he was really like in his 30s.
That's fair.
Rooney didn't have much to show at that point.
LeBron got that and is still out here dunking on people at 38 years old.
Facts. All right, let's move on now to the rest of the question. Everyone answered, right?
Yeah.
Let's move on to the rest of the questions. These are the questions that everyone put in. So thank you guys for inputting those questions. I did say there was going to be a video. So this is basically the podcast where all of these gets, all of the questions get answered. So we're going to start with the first one. We're going to start with me, and then we're going to Mike, and then Jamal, and then we'll try to go Jamal, Mike, whatever. We'll make it work. All right, Puka, what is something you do for work if you never had to worry about money? So my answer's actually changed. Not that much. There's two things I think I would do if it weren't for money. I would, one, become a history teacher. I've always said I wanted to become a teacher at some point, and I didn't take that route because I was told that teachers don't get paid. I really believed it. I feel like I definitely would have gotten paid a lot more than I'm getting paid now, but I took the route and didn't go in that industry, and I regret it every day. And if some people say, "Oh, it's not too late," but motherfucker, you're not in my life. I have my bills right now have to get paid. I have no time to go back to school, so even if I did, I don't think I could afford it. So, but if I ever do, if my life ever changes financially, where I would be able to open those doors, I would become a history teacher, or I would even consider becoming a therapist because I feel like I like helping people. I like hearing people's stories, and I feel like it would play out like that. But I don't think it's that simple and perfect. Like, I don't think you get to, I'm sure there's like specific fields that you can enter, and there's not always the times that you always get to pick your patient because your patient might be fucking actually crazy. You know what I mean? Like, that's the part that comes with the job, I think. And then like me, I would have to really. I don't even know how I would deal with
I
that.
think you can't even be biased. You can't even tell anybody because it's patient confidentiality.
Exactly.
You got to keep that to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if I'd enter that field.
You're
really.
dealing with a murderer, and it's just like,
Shit,
okay.
like, who do I say? This
Thanks,
to?
man.
But yeah, that's what I would choose. Either becoming a history teacher or a therapist is something I would definitely want to explore later on if my financial situation ever changes. And we're gonna move on with Mick J. What would you do for work if you didn't have to worry about money?
I don't know. I've thought about this a couple times, and I feel like my answer always changes.
Okay, so how do you feel today?
I feel like weird to say, but like a therapist. Why? I don't know. I feel like I'm a good listener, and I think I've had experiences and met people and gone through life, and can give good advice. I wish I could always follow my own advice, but that's something
the
that we
hardest
work
part,
on.
bro.
I think if everybody followed their own advice,
Yeah.
I think that's also
we
what
wouldn't need therapists.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I think that's what you mentioned a good point because I think a lot of therapists don't do that either. A lot of
Yeah.
therapists don't follow their own fucking advice. But
I feel like a lot of therapy advice comes from what that therapist thought or should have done or wish they would have done and didn't, and they try to push it on to the next person that may be in that similar situation. But yeah, I think that's one of those things that I would. At one time, it was a cop, but that whole thing is
we
just
know how that is
it's
now.
all crazy. So maybe a cop in today's age, maybe not. But back then. I feel like it was a little bit more simpler.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah,
Nowadays,
it's definitely a
it's
tough
tough.
field.
Listen, man, people might hate me for saying this, but I'm with the blue people, like the ones that are doing right by the law and protecting people and really put people's safety first. I'm with those people. The people that take abuse of that badge and don't do right, and you know, fuck those people. Like I hope those motherfuckers get caught, fired, don't get another day in getting their pension plan because they don't deserve it. Like I feel like the the pride for the badge thing a lot has died down with a lot of them.
It's been skewed.
Yeah, but you know, when you get to talk to some people that are officers, like we have some friends that are police officers, they say that it's like really fucked up out there, depending on like where you are. So I also can't talk too much in perspective because I know like we're not living those, like we're not out there.
Mm.
You know, there's some really fucked up people that don't give a shit about them and really fucking treat them like scumbags. And how much does an officer have to take for them not to respond back? But then we have the excuse of people saying like, oh, then why'd you even become a cop in the first place? Like if you knew you were getting into that field. But like it goes with every field too, though. Like at what point, what's your breaking point? You know what I mean? Like every job you enter, you know there's going to be a breaking point for you that you're like, oh, this shit's not worth this shit. Like I'm not gonna follow the rules if this is what's happening in my job.
TD Bank.
That's yo. We can't.
Listen, I put
Yo,
my
that's
time
facts,
in there,
but
bro. There was
unfortunately, I'm
times
still there. I
where
feel that way
feel
now,
like
and
I
I
would
can't
have been
even.
fired.
Before my Home Depot
I
days, I
should
worked
be
at
fired.
TD Bank. And you know what it is though? Like I said, even though we bitch and complain, there are other jobs that are worse there. Like we worked at the catering hall, bro. Like we know how like hard work, like working for your dollar was.
Honestly, that job just made it fun because you guys were there. But honestly, if you guys weren't there, I would have hated that shit every weekend.
Facts, bro. We had a good time, man. We had a great time with the friends there. And then once everyone started leaving bit by bit, I think you were the last one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Once we all left, I was like, "Fuck this shit."
Because Ben left too, and I was like, "Damn, all right."
Yeah, nah, no one was dealing with that shit no more. It became more of definitely less fun and like more fucking like horrible work environments. And shout out to everyone that's still working there, yo. Like I can't believe they're doing it. Freddie's doing it for so many years, which is crazy.
That's his place of living now at this point.
Facts. How about you, Jamal? What is something you do for work if you never had to worry about money?
I have like two professions.
Okay.
So one of them, I think, would be a private investigator, not a cop, because I feel like why?
Because I really thought you were about to say private trainer. That makes
That's
sense.
my second answer.
Oh, okay.
But private investigator, I like figuring things out, but also in a sense, in a way of like helping people, like not just to figure it out, just to figure it out, like to figure it out, and also like to find something out or help you or something happen to your family, just those kind of things.
You like clues and stuff.
Yeah, I like information. So and how to like analyze it or whatnot. As far as being a trainer, because obviously I go to the gym.
Obviously. Like, yeah, I
don't. What do you mean like this? Am I this big?
Well, you're relaxed right now.
I'm a wide body dude.
Wide body podcast.
That's crazy.
I want to tell everyone this, and this is not me like hyping up Jamal. This is not me sucking Jamal's dick or anything. Me and Jamal weigh the same. Let that sink in. Me and Jamal, I'm 270. I don't care if the whole world knows. World know me, all right? You can know me. I don't give a fuck if you know this information. If you, unless you start screaming "fat fuck" to me in the public, imagine I do that to myself. Like, yo, look at that fat fuck. But I'm 270 and he's 270. Let that sink in. All right, let that sink in.
I'm the lightest here,
which is
wild.
crazy.
That's okay.
But we're wide.
That perspective.
Wide body podcast.
But the only reason I would shy away from being a personal trainer because like you're kind of in a sense you're responsible for like people's mood, their happiness, how they feel about themselves on the inside.
It's a big responsibility.
And I wouldn't call myself a trainer if I don't know everything about like nutrition or whatnot. I can't tell you to do something if I don't know how to do it. Like I can't just look at workouts and say, here, do this. But I don't have a lot of knowledge about it.
So maybe help me in the world understand this. So the people that when you sign up for a gym and they help you, they're like, hey, come train with me. I'm a trainer.
Yeah.
They're not nutritionists?
Not all of them. Some are. Like I've had trainers that give me a workout plan and a nutritional diet. And then I've had trainers who just give me a workout plan.
And so you got to eat right.
Yeah. And just like, plan your diet. They'll give me suggestions. Yeah. But like, just plan your diet accordingly.
Those people are the ones that usually aren't nutritionists and tell you to consult with a professional.
Yeah. But also, and then I've seen trainers who just to make money, they'll just call themselves trainers and then just train people. But like, I feel like it's not for the good of the person. I feel like because trainers charge a lot.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say. I feel
So-
like though, like I've said this to you so many times. I believe if you gave the claim like, "Hey, I'm not a professional nutritionist, and you should consult with somebody," but I feel like you could still do the other part, like show them how to work out, do what's right. You don't feel like you can start doing that as a side business or something like that, maybe? And
Maybe. The thing is, I'm as weird as it sounds, I'm not, I guess, body wise where I want to be.
which is crazy.
As weird as that sounds. Not to since I want to
No,
get
no,
bigger.
I'm not trying to insult you. I'm so proud of you that I think you're there, but the fact that your expectations
I
even higher
appreciate
than
that.
that is crazy to me. Like, fuck.
I can't explain it, but like also I've learned like everybody that works out, bodybuilders, powerlifters, we have severe body dysmorphia. So you can tell me I look great, and I can tell myself in the mirror I look like shit. Like it's just
Nah, I
how
get
it
it.
is.
That's a true thing. Like body dysmorphia.
Every
like, I completely
bodybuilder
understand.
has it because like and so like real bodybuilders like who do competitions and shit. Like someone who's like shredded could say like I'm still like somewhat fat, and I look at them like
That's
you have
wild.
abs, but it's
But
just
it's true. It's
how
true.
it is.
He's
Yeah,
not. He's not lying. There's a lot of people like that. I
So,
see a lot of
it's
people that are
crazy.
like no homo are built like the Rock, like the old Rock, not the new Rock. The new Rock's definitely on steroids or testosterone.
Oh, he
But,
has to be. He's
yeah,
he.
But like the old Rock, when he's built, and people like that say like, "Oh, I still got fat to lose," or
Yeah.
"I don't look at my greatest." I'm like, what the?
But it's
fuck?
like what they want to look. If they want to look shredded, then yeah. But if they would just want to look big, then that's different. But with me, it's like I can't tell somebody what to do if I don't feel great about myself.
Yeah, no, I get what you're
So,
saying.
but I
You-
probably
you
could
think you can
do it.
work on that though? You don't think like
Oh,
I'm
definitely.
like I said to the world, like I know I'm fucking fat, but I'm not. I don't look at the mirror and go, oh my god, like you know what I mean? Like I've come to a sense of happiness with my body. Like I know there's a lot of work to be done, but I don't look at myself and say like, fuck, like I'm never gonna get there. You know what I mean? And I've been fat for a while. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like, but I like that. I should definitely what I'm doing recently now. I'm being more strict on myself. Like I know I got to lose weight. I got to do certain things, and that's why I'm hitting the gym a lot, and also having to learn how to diet better because the diet's really the key.
Diet is pretty much most of it, honestly.
Yeah,
And honestly, a big part of it too is sleep.
yeah.
Like that, honestly, I'm not like, and I've
No,
learned that
I
the
know,
hard
yeah.
way. To like at least get, I think, like 6 to 8 hours. As far it helps your body recover. Like if you go to the gym and get like 3 hours of sleep, it really wouldn't do much for
Well, no,
you.
I get you. I feel you 100%. I hope you eventually do a side business. I think it would work out for you. I think that maybe taking one client or two clients, maybe at most, because you also don't want to kill yourself.
True.
And and then I feel like maybe if you start seeing money progress and get better, you can fucking leave that other place, and who knows, maybe you're getting engaged in the next years.
But how about
That's
this, Jamal? Like you say, so you say that you're not happy with how you look now, and you don't feel confident in training people. But what if you thought about it like that? And I'm not telling you how to think, but this is another
Don't fucking tell 'em.
perspective. Like think about where you came from, how
Yeah.
you looked, how you look now.
Uh,
Like you could be helping someone in your situation, like that looked like you when you were how you were back then,
That's
and how
facts.
you got to where you are now. Like you don't think you can do that for someone, even if you're not where you want to be, because
Yeah.
we're all a work in progress. We're never done, you know. So don't you
Facts.
feel like you could think about it that way? If that helps you come to
the funny thing is, I've honestly never thought of it that way. That's the first time I've actually like, because you said like you like from where I was to what I am now.
yeah,
Yeah.
like you can help someone get from the way they are now to
Yeah.
get them to where they want to be.
Yeah.
That's a
I
good
mean,
way of
that's
thinking of it.
true.
Yeah.
That when I was, I mean, I think my skinniest was like 160. Nobody
Damn.
believes me when I say. I'm so serious, and that was when.
160?
Yeah, but I was like,
That was Planet Fitness days.
I was literally because I used to work out like me and Shane.
Mhm.
I think either right after high school or during college, we just go to Planet Fitness and run all day for like
Yeah, I hated
1 to
that
2
shit.
hours.
I remember I went with you and Mathis for a while and
Yeah.
Herbert to Planet Fitness.
Dude, I
Carl
We would
Place,
all
baby.
just run, and then I
Carl
got
Place.
really skinny, and then I was like,
I hated that shit.
Yeah.
Herbert made me run with my sweater on. Like, don't take it off. Like,
Mhm.
even after you're done working out, don't look at yourself in the mirror. Nothing. Like, just keep wearing a sweater. So
Yeah.
eventually one day you'll take it off, and then you'll see a difference. But obviously, if you look at yourself every day,
Yeah,
you're not going to see a change.
I base the way I lose weight honestly because I don't use a scale because I'd lose my mind. Like I guess how my clothes fit,
Mhm.
Facts.
and also you notice like certain differences, and then when people tell you, like people who work out notice differences, like,
Mhm.
and it's
They
really
have an
funny.
eye for it.
They really, and it's really funny when you think like somebody tell me, "Oh, you got strong, you got bigger." I'm like, I don't see it. Like, no, like I've noticed because like you're always here, like things like that.
Can you pause?
Yeah.
I think this is the Uber guy.
Yeah, just don't fucking yell at me. All right, and we're back. So that was a little pause. Food was here, and Mike J had to press the Uber guy. Shout out to Uber for charging us $100 for
Facts.
5 empanadas. Each empanada was like $30. But yeah, we were talking about the gym and everything, and good shit, Mike. I like the way that thought process was, and I think you should look at it like that too. Not telling you how to look at it, but
No, honestly, you're not wrong. That's actually a great perspective. I've never thought of it that way.
different state. Oh, that's what we were talking about. Planet
Yeah.
Fitness days. Yes, I bro, I joined them 1 week, and I never went back with them ever again.
Do you remember when like Freddie and Barbie and Johanna would come with us after
I
too?
used to do that too. And I hated the running, bro. Like, fuck, bro. Like, I don't know what the fuck Jamel was on, bro, but he just loved the running part. I was like, yo,
It's
fuck.
because I was on the track team,
Yes.
and then I got skinny, and I was like, I'm way too skinny for this.
Yeah, nah. I did the running meter for 20 minutes most. This guy was like on for an hour. I'm like, fuck that. Can't do that shit. I was like about to faint. But yeah, good shit, man. Like he did lose a lot. Jamal's been through so many stages, just like throughout the years too. Like I told you, I was at so many stages. I was not skinny. Well, I was skinny. I was 175, and I hated it. I just didn't. If you're talking about body dysmorphia, that is when I criticized myself the most because I still felt fat at 175 because I had a huge head, small body, and it looked weird to me. I just didn't like it, bro. To me, it looked ugly. Like if you're talking about body, that's probably my biggest. Like it's so funny. That was the lightest I ever was, but it's the most I critiqued myself, and that's why I started working out because it was like, or I see Jamel working out, I see them working out. I'm gonna start buying myself dumbbells. I start working out because I felt like I needed to get bigger, and that didn't go so well because after that, we just got introduced to alcohol, eating really late, going out super late, going to the diner, Carl Place Diner, which killed my diet.
There was a lot of nights we were all there. Honestly,
Shout
I'm not
out
even
Carl
gonna
Place
front.
Diner.
Yeah, Export Fitness was the worst because I used to go to Carl Place Diner every single time with Jamel. If I was with Jamel, we were going to the Carl Place Diner. A lot of our money was spent there.
That's
but,
facts.
Good
Holy
times.
shit. All right. Going with the second question now. We're going to start with Jamel. What is your definition of success? It's a tough question out there. Shout out to whoever asked that one. That can have so many different versions of answers.
It could, but I think success to you is what.
What's
to
your
me,
definition of your success?
I guess whatever you're passionate in, like whatever your goals are, you just succeed at them, and whatever you're passionate about, you just do. Honestly, it's really hard to answer that question because like everybody has their own like ideals of it.
Facts.
But whatever makes you happy, if your life's the way you want it, everything's the way you want it. That's my definition of success. It doesn't even have to be like money wise or anything like that. You could just be happy.
Yeah, let me phrase it to
Yeah.
you in a different way.
Yeah.
When you think about your future and you're thinking about yourself in a futuristic version of yourself, what is that version like? What does that version look like to you?
Like
Where are you working? What are you doing?
like
what makes
someone
you
I'm
happy?
happy with, spending the rest of my life with, but also something that I'm doing that I love, honestly. Like I said, it doesn't have to be like I don't have to be rich in order to do it or anything like that. Just something
Yeah.
I'm passionate in doing and I enjoy doing every day. And I'm someone I'm spending the rest of my life with. That's like my definition of success in a sense.
I like that. That's a good answer. What about you, Jay? What is your definition of success?
I think that my definition of success is based. My bad. I feel like we've hung around each other for so long. Like we all kind of aspire to kind of do the same, and that goes to like, keep good people around you.
True.
Because you kind of you mold to each other in a way. So like my answer is going to be like Jamel's. Being in a career or a hobby, whatever it is, at the end of the day that you like to do, whether it creates a good salary, whether it's whatever it is, as long as you're happy, you have your own personal goals achieved, or you're still working on them. I think that's my definition of success as well.
I like that.
It doesn't have to come down to being financially stable, which is always a plus, but it shouldn't deter you from becoming successful.
I feel you. I'm going to piggyback off what you both said. I agree with both of them 100%. I think my personal definition of success is being financially rich. Like I've always, since I was little, have aspired to always be wealthy. Like I felt like I watch these criminal movies. I watch these movies about people getting it the right way, and it's always given me like a tick, like goosebumps, or like it always makes me feel like that's the route I want to go. I want to be financially like taken care of. Like I want my group of friends, the people I've had around, to be part of that like financial success. Like, if I get there, I know for a fact. I know some people say like when you get there, you might have to make sacrifices and it drops people off. But I feel like at this age, the people that are with me are the people that I want to be for the rest of my life. I want them around. So I feel like if I get there, I know that everyone's gonna get there because I'm gonna make everything possible. So like I've always wanted to be financially successful because I feel like I don't know what it is about it, man. Like I know money does not buy happiness, but I think like if I have the people that I love around me, and I can aspire and help people's dreams. Like if Jamel wants to be says, "Yo, I really think I can do this. I can be this body trainer." Yo, Jamal, take a year out of TD. Here's money. Like I'm gonna make you work for me and create your clients. This guy tells me, "Yo, I want to just be an accountant. Just want to handle the books for people." If my business is taking off, I'm gonna let him do that for me. Because and why not put someone into my circle that I trust? Like I'd want that. You know what I mean? I want someone handling my books that I don't even have to like. I never think Mike J would ever cross me. If he did, I'd send Jamel for him. You know what I mean? Like I would just make sure.
Jamel, I got another job for you.
That's crazy.
You're gonna be a hitman.
A
Yeah,
bouncer,
like-
that's great.
Like you know what I mean? Like I would and I feel like that would be possible. Like I want to do something very important. Like I would have my parents, my family working for me, but in positions that I know that they can handle. Like if my dad wants to work as a retired, like my dad's very limited to what he can do. But even having him, hey dad, I need you to go pick up my dry cleaners. Here's $300 for doing that. Like that's how wealthy I want to be. Like you know what I mean? Like I want to be that financially stable, not to make me happy because I don't think money's gonna make me happy. I've never really cared for money, but I'm stupid. I would be stupid and ignorant to tell you money doesn't make things possible. And that's what I want. I want my possibility, like the possibilities that I can do, to just be at my reach, just because I have the financial outcome to do it. You know what I mean? So that would be my definition of success: being able to help everyone around me get what they want. But yeah,
That's a good answer.
yeah, I know. I kind of went on a rant.
It's not a bad thing.
It's not good. It's good.
I'm hungry. That's why. What does it mean to have your life together? I will start off with this one, then we'll go to Jay and then Jamal last. To me, what does it mean to have your life together? I think right now, currently, other than obviously not having the finance part of it, I think for the most part, this is the best I've had my life together because, like I said in the last episode with Andrea, this is the best. And obviously, we're getting older, we're getting wiser, we're getting to the point now of adulting to a next level of like a next stage, right? We see people getting married, we see things getting more, our circles getting tighter and closer. So what I think to have your life together is just knowing what you want, putting certain tools out there to help you get there, and pursuing it at the best of your abilities while being naturally in tune with yourself and happy with what you're doing. Like I said, sometimes you're not handed the best cards, but knowing what to do with those cards, not to sulk into it, but knowing what the next steps are going to be for you to overcome those struggles, and making sure you can do the best. You can do the best with what you have. So I think that is, to me, what is having your life together, knowing that, accepting that there's going to be hiccups, but still knowing that you're going to overcome these hiccups no matter what. So that's my answer. Who did I say was next?
Jago.
Yeah.
McJ. What does it mean to have your life together?
I think having your life together. For me, I think now, at this point, besides financially stable, because that's always to be worked on until you get there, um, is pretty well put together. I'm in an amazing relationship.
Shout out, Alex.
Shout out, Alex. There's your shout out that you've been waiting for.
That's crazy. You
You
gotta
didn't
go
shout her
shout
out.
out.
You waited till the 44th minute to shout her out.
She gonna beat your ass.
It came about.
She
Yeah,
go-
she probably might. Psych.
That's crazy.
I'm in a great relationship. Work is, I'm in the process of hopefully getting a new job. I'm doing, things that I thought I wouldn't be doing at this stage of my life, in the process of getting my real estate license. I kind of want to, venture off into that path and see where it takes me. Um, but
Don't worry about it.
no,
It's my
okay.
phone.
Um, but yeah, to have your life together, I feel is always it's always a work in progress. It's never. I feel like that's something that can never be fully like. It's an intangible aspect to have your life together because obviously you can't grab it, feel it, touch it. You just have to. I feel like you're always working on it. I don't have a straight answer for that. To
I get you.
how do you know that your life is together? I feel like if you're happy, you're. I feel like maybe financially stable. You're doing what you love to do. You're with the person that you love. You have a family. You know
You're
you
building towards something.
you're
You know what I
built.
mean?
Yeah, you're building towards something. You're aspiring. I feel is yeah the having your life together is definitely a work in progress, and every step that you take in that direction is a stepping stone. Um, but
Facts.
yeah, I guess that's my answer for that. I feel I'm going to keep repeating myself.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you're just basically branching out to what I said too. Like, just making sure you have exactly the last part you said. Building towards something.
Yeah.
Making sure that every step you take is helping you progress to that dream goal of yours. But Jamal, what else? What does it mean to have your life together?
Uh, for me, like piggybacking off what Drew both said, like being financially like stable or
Hmm.
whatnot. For me, it's also, I guess, like making sure, I guess, everyone around me is okay, if that makes sense. Like I can deal with
Okay.
my own stuff, like I'm okay, but like if everyone else is fine, like perfect example, like my mother, for example.
Yeah.
I need to make sure she's fine first, and then I can figure out like my own things later. Sorry.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me because like I guess having my life together, I can't be as selfish as I want to be because I have to
Okay.
worry about like
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, yeah.
There's always something like I have to figure out. But like I guess if I had to answer that question, like being financially stable, I mean you can't plan for the unexpected, but things you can plan for, like you plan for and like you have a solution to those things.
Hmm.
But yeah, pretty much
You
like
know, it's
that.
sorry to interrupt. You brought up a good point that it just made me realize we have something. I knew there was a reason. Maybe I just wanted the three of us, and I think you just remind me of why. Us three have something in common that I just remembered. We all are taking care of our parents in some way. I'm not saying that they depend on us 100%, but they definitely depend on us on a great majority. Like in my situation, my parents are both retired. They're income restricted to what they can do, so they live with me, and I support them, with their food or whatever is missing. They don't pay for the shelter. They help me out with some bills, obviously for like food shopping. My mom doesn't do anything other than just stay at home, so she takes care of me still as if like I'm a baby boy. Like I won't lie to you, if there's laundry to be done, like I will get to my laundry, but I'm not gonna do laundry like on a fucking Wednesday in the middle of the week. But if she's bored and she doesn't have anything to do, she does it for me. Or she cooks for dad. Obviously, she's gonna cook for whoever's living with her. So I get those benefits still, but I take care of them. I make sure that they're financially okay. They don't have to worry. They have a place to stay. They need something done. I'm going to get that thing done for them. And you're in the same boat, man. You're taking care of your mom. In the reasons of you want to make sure her health is good, and if there is a hiccup, you're there for her. You're always making sure she's taken care of before you even go out and do your things.
Mm.
And the same thing for you and your brother. Like you two have to take care of your mom.
Yeah.
And you told me, I don't know if this part you can cut out if you didn't want me to know,
Mm.
but she doesn't want to work anymore. And that's where you and your brother have to stand up and take another role of, all right, how do we make this number now level up again without mom's help, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys something, and we'll be honest. Does it suck sometimes that we're in a situation that we weren't like privileged or maybe just in a better financial situation? Like, does it bother you a little bit, or do you think it helped you become the person that we are now? Yeah, you can start, Mike.
I think it's a little bit of both. I feel like if we were, or if anyone was always, privileged and financially set from the get go, um, they might not be ready for the real world. They don't have to go. They don't have to go through certain situations, struggles, life experiences, like switching schools and moving states and just being, they can't be settled down in one area and kind of like start establishing their own personal foundation. Um, so that's that part. But in the sense of being, like, is it annoying? Is it? It is a little bit, but it's not like
Doesn't make you fucking want to just.
it.
It
It's
doesn't
not like
anger you.
it's not a burden.
Right.
If things come up unexpected, like Jamel said, like you can't plan for the unexpected. You could do your best to try to like, you know, branch out situations, be like, oh, what if this happens? Then we need to do this. But there's only so much that you can account for,
Mm.
that you can prepare for, and so it's not a burden. It's not like, it's not annoying. Like I get mad and all that. It's just something that needs to be done. It's the part of adulting. It's the part of growing up. And we're at that age where we're now in the reverse role where we're taking care of our families and stuff like that. So I
It
think
shows
that's
us. It shows us what the real world's going to be because later on we're going to have our own families and it's
yeah,
not going to feel like a burden anymore. Like because we know we've done this before and we can handle it.
True.
exactly.
So, but what about you too, man? Like I feel like you're in a different situation where your mom's health is involved. But what are some good things and some bad things that it's done for you as you grew up?
I mean, good things more so like I'm more, I guess, like patient. I mean, I have to be, but I've always been like pretty much like a patient person. And also trying to figure out like not like jumping the gun as far as like, all right, I have to do this first, do that first, like just waiting, see what's going on.
Hmm.
As far as bad things, it sucks because like I don't like to look at her as her being a burden, but she'll call herself a burden sometimes to me because she knows like when she gets like that, what it does to me, like
Hmm.
Yeah.
mentally, because it throws me for a loop. Like there's times I go to work and I have to figure out like
Is
at
she
home,
okay?
yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
things like that.
Hmm.
Or there's times where like she'll do it to herself, knowing that like it's gonna happen, and like I'd get upset because it's like you know what you're supposed to do, and you decide not to do it, and then we're back in the situation again. So it, I try not to look at it as a burden. It's hard to sometimes. I'll be
Yeah.
completely honest because like I'm human, and I'm gonna feel that way in the moment
Yeah.
Facts.
because it's just like why are you doing this? You know, like it's not right, but and it's hard to be down on yourself because then you blame yourself for things even though you know it's not your fault because like you said you can't prepare for things like that,
Hmm.
but it just happens anyway, and then you
Yeah.
try your hardest and it still happens, and then you blame yourself a lot, and then of course you question yourself, so it's like it's hard, but like from both sides, but I try not to look at it as a burden. It's very hard to, I'll be completely honest, but
Yeah. No, I
I
feel
try
you.
my hardest. Yeah.
There are times when my parents are gonna be so tight, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes the choices they make aren't the smartest.
Yeah.
You know, not to insult my parents. My parents are amazing, but like they were taught financially, like financial literacy of just the basics, right? Like they don't understand that if you go to Dunkin' Donuts, like this is one thing I've had to argue with them, and I still argue with them till today. If you go every day and you spend about $8 to $10 every day, 30 days, let's just rough it at a $10. That's $300. So my dad used to get mad and be like, "Where's all my money going? I don't waste it on anything." And I tell him, you have to look at the increments. If you're spending a little today and you spend that amount for every single day, you have to understand that adds up to a big amount. Like that's going to deduct from your monthly income. But he doesn't see it like that. Like I don't know why, and it's just how he is. It's like, no, I only spent $5 today. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. I'm like, what are you spending tomorrow? $5. And then $5 after that. So like it adds up, and they like to, since they're retired now, they like to go out and they'll go to the bodega, they spend a little bit of money there, and then they'll go to Dunkin' Donuts, spend money there, and then they go to like, oh, David's not coming home, so I don't have to cook dinner, so let's go out to eat, and they'll take out my sister, and that's like $200 right there if they go out with my nieces, because obviously my nieces don't come in fucking ones, they come with fours, because each fucking sibling has like four kids. So you know what I mean? Like they don't see like how that
They
affects
don't
them
realize the money's
financially.
like going,
Yeah.
and they're just like, what's going
Yeah,
on?
because they're restricted to an income. So it's not like their money is going to increase one month to the other. It's not. It's going to stay the same. And if you fucked up one month and you have to recover the next month, they don't understand that. Like, all right, now this month you can't spend what you did last time because you almost ran out of money this month. Like, okay, what do they do? These same habits, bro. Like, it's hard trying to explain it to them. And then sometimes they've gone to the point, bro, like, just to give you a perfect example, I love them, but sometimes they make me fucking go through hula hoops. When we got our fucking COVID money, right? My parents got, what was it that they helped us with? $700?
It was
14.
1,200.
14?
It was
12,
12 or 14.
6,
And then if you had kids, you got a little bit more.
Okay, so let's go with
Yeah.
the 12, right?
yeah.
That means my parents, because they both they were lucky, that means they got 2,400. Correct? One 12 for my mom, 12 for my dad.
Mhm.
So he gave her 1,000. All right. So just simple math, ready? He gave her 1,000. So that means that there's 1,400 left. Is that math adding up?
Yeah.
Okay. What did they decide to do? They decide to not just go to Dunkin' for themselves. They go to Dunkin' every day, and this is during COVID, and get everyone food in the house. I mean, everyone in the house Dunkin' Donuts
Like
for
breakfast? Or
for like 2.5 weeks, and then they do their normal pattern of whatever they did with that money. Bro, their money was gone within a month,
Jesus.
and they were trying to figure out where. And I'm like, and I look, and it just says Dunkin', 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 Imperial Diner, Imperial Diner, Imperial Diner. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing, bro? And then like getting them to acquaint. And now my parents have gotten better and understanding how to budget. But you know what I mean? Like those are the things, those are the little hiccups that I have to go with them. And then sometimes they don't understand when they max out something. That's where my wallet has to step in, and I'm like, I'm fucking pissed, of course, because I'm like, I didn't enjoy any of this fucking Imperial Diner or these Dunkin' Donuts. I'm at work, like, of course, like I'm not the one enjoying from these. So sometimes I get a little impatient, but I'm glad, like what you said, being with my parents at this stage of their life has taught me to be more patient, learn to appreciate them more, even though sometimes they anger me. Like those are memories I'm gonna be able to carry and tell my kids in my future that like this is how your grandparents were. Like the silly moments, the good moments. There's so many of. Like the only reason I bring up these is because these are the memorial one, like the memory ones I have of them at this stage of their life. Right, like my parents are very old. Like you see them, you could tell they're at their elderly phase. Like my mom's so emotional. Even my dad, he's my hero. I've never saw my dad cry, but I've seen my dad cry more in this stage of his life because he's coming to fruition that he doesn't have to filter himself anymore, right? My dad is to the stage where he's 76 years old. He's a little more emotional, cares about his grandkids, doesn't care. Even after I give him a speech about not wasting money, the next day he'll go pick up my fucking nephews and buy them Dunkin' Donuts. What did David say? I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go.
I gotta go tend to my nephew.
Yeah, my grandkids need fucking Dunkin' Donuts, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what did I just say to you, motherfucker? So it's nice to see it's done out of a warmth of their heart to like I said, they have the same ambition as me. Like, what do I want? I want to take care of everyone around me. They want the same thing. Like that's their blood. They want to do the same thing with them. I don't even know how the fuck we got into that conversation, but a good conversation. I think we were talking about, how we're all kind of similar in taking care of our parents in some certain way. I think it's going to do us a lot good, man. I think it's going to do us a lot good because in our future families, we're going to have a lot more patience, a lot more compassion. This is like the training wheels for starting off for our families. You know what I mean? And it's coming, man. I mean, like it or not, and I can guarantee you in the next 5 years, one of us here will be a dad.
It's gonna be Puka.
One of us here will be a dad. So that means at the age of 35, one of us will have a kid. You know he's married. He's probably going to be engaged. I don't know what's going to happen with me, but I know for a fact I will have a bigger Bronco. I will the Puka Circle podcast. No, I can't. I gotta give it a new name.
Big Buford.
I will still have the podcast, hopefully with a lot better lighting, a lot better. I mean, this lighting is beautiful, but like a nice studio set. Well, we don't know what's going on, man. We're gonna get some sponsors over here. Dunkin' Donuts, reach out. You took half my money. You can give some of it back.
If you were sponsored by Dunkin', that'd be lit. I'm
Dude,
not gonna play.
Yo, imagine Hennessy calls me because of that.
Here's the thing. That's wild. Here's the thing. Your parents won't have to pay for nothing. Big yo, listen.
Facts.
Free Dunkin'. I don't want to see nothing on those
when you
statements.
when you see those old couple come in, just give them their free coffee, right? Don't let them swipe. Now moving on a little more to the bro reason. I just want to tell you guys, I shot out a poll. What group of friends are tighter, a tighter niche or better? bro group or a sister, or I guess they call, I don't even know what the fuck, a gal group, bro group or a gal group, and even the girls voted for the bro group. The bro group won by a lot. Why do you think a bro group is a lot tighter than a girl group? Jamel, you can start. Like, why? And you can say, yeah, man, I want to hear this.
You know what's funny? I don't know. Maybe because of the fact that like
I might get canceled on this.
no,
fucking
we
answer.
like we can argue, we can argue and say some shit, but like yell or whatnot, but like we could come out of there and like talk about like out of respect kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like we just had a serious argument, right? Like it's like a bad one.
Wait, who did?
Like all of us. Like if I had a serious argument with you,
Oh, okay,
just like
okay,
like
yeah,
fought like whatnot. I guess I
punched
feel like
me,
in a
I'd be
sense,
dead.
yeah.
The world know. If you
But I
punched me,
feel
I'd be
like
in my grave.
it's not. I can't be mad at you for like a petty reason. Like I can't stay mad in a sense. Like we'd have to talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And in a sense, like once we talk about it, hash it out, fine, cool, it's okay.
Unless you're Herbert, you'd run away.
I don't know what it comes to him at this point. I really don't know.
Herbert, Eric, there are certain friends of ours that hate
talking about their emotions.
Confrontation.
Yeah, they hate confrontation. They hate exactly what
Oh.
he said. Talking about emotion.
Don't get me wrong. I hate confrontation too, but I'll deal with it because like it is what it is. Like I'll have to talk about it. It just happens. I feel like
it's weird that you said that, but we would never fight, right? Like we would never
I
physically
can't see it happening.
I mean, it's there have been times when me and him have been close to confrontation, like physical confrontation, but it's never gotten to that level
Where?
because in Jersey. I'll never forget. I almost
Jersey?
slapped Mike, bro.
Like
got me
when
so
we were younger.
Yeah, when we went to Jersey with Ben.
Are you mistaking me for George?
No,
definitely
everyone wanted to fight George. everyone
and Kenny.
Everyone in there. Everyone.
Yo, 6 o'clock, bro.
Yo, that's Travis's fault, honestly. Dumb fucking Travis told this kid that we were going to party at 6 in the morning. This kid was up at 5:30, ready to fucking whatever. But continue. I'm so sorry I interrupted.
I feel like
I don't remember.
This is gonna sound bad, but I feel like with girls, I feel like there's petty arguments.
Facts.
And things that like they'll stay mad at each other for. But I feel like in reality, it's really not that serious. Yeah. But in our perspective, it's not that serious. I feel like to them, it's like no, like
the world, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that bitch didn't come to this event. Whore.
Maybe even something like that. Yeah. Or like something was misconstrued as something else, and it just got blown out of proportion, and then that's it.
I agree with you. You know what it is too? I see girls be doing the pettiest shit, bro. Like
100%.
I didn't even notice this. Like right. Like I'm going through a situation right now, right? And like I asked someone for advice, right? And they told me like, oh, like to give you an example of why girls are mean. Like they say if a girl doesn't go to an event, but then a girl looks at your story to look at it and you can see her on the view thing, then you know that bitch is watching. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, like they told you that. Which
yeah, they told
true.
me that.
Like,
but I'm like, why? I'm like, why couldn't she just see your story? And I mean, obviously that's all it was. No, that bitch was viewing my shit. I'm like, you know better than me because I don't know what the fuck that means.
That's facts.
Like I don't know. To you it means something. To me it doesn't mean anything.
To me, I would just be like, okay, she saw my story. He saw my, like I that's the last thought that would cross my mind, honestly.
Yeah, right. Like I don't imagine like I invited Jamal to the podcast. He didn't show up, and then he viewed my story. Would I be a little bit tight? Yeah, but I wouldn't be like, oh, like that's it. Like we know what's going down.
Yeah, he's on Instagram.
He's seeing this shit that's going on.
I'd just be like, I'll talk to Jamal later. I'll be like, yo, Jamal, how the fuck do you not show
that's
up
literally
to my
how the
podcast
conversation
and
will
view my
go.
story? Yeah, I would normally be like, all right, like I wouldn't take it to that level. I'd just be like, yo, Jamal, like, what's good, man? Like, what happened? If you would just tell me, yo, I'm not bad, bro. I passed out. Argument over. Right there. That would have been.
And I feel so bad about it too, like because he knows how I am. I'd be like, what the fuck? I fell asleep.
Yeah, that's all I would have done, man. But like, I wouldn't have been like, oh, like, view my story, like, all right, like that's it, friends over, friendship done,
done, bro.
Like that's what I see some girls do.
It's just petty things, man. Because like I've seen arguments, and then I look at it like that would tell me something like an argument, right? And I'd be like, okay, so why can't you just? And she's just like, well, no. I'm like, okay, well, I don't. I'm like, all right, I can't argue with that. It's just.
And sometimes it's not something
a different
you can
thought
argue
process.
with.
It really is.
Yeah, it's like boy math and girl math.
Yeah,
I hate
facts,
that shit so
facts.
much.
That girl math shit don't make no sense, bro. That shit gets me so tight. Fuck, that's getting me angry thinking about that shit. I saw so many videos of it. Like, oh, I just want to punch the screen. I was like, how does that even make? Like, you know, I know they're joking about it, but like, some of those girls actually do that. Like, they take that shit serious.
You know what pisses me off? Like, and that knows I tell people all the time, like, if she doesn't eat breakfast, and then like she'll go out throughout the day like not eating, but then she'll have like coffee. And then she goes, "Well, I had coffee." I'm like, "That's
That's
not
not breakfast.
food."
Yo,
Yeah.
Alex is the
It's
same
not
way.
food.
Yeah, nah, they
But to her, she's like, "Yeah, I had coffee." What the fuck? It's not food.
Yeah, no, that shit
No.
gets me so tight, bro.
But she knows I get pissed about it. But she also knows if I don't ask about it, then I'm really pissed, and then she'll eat something.
Like Alex, she doesn't like breakfast that much.
Yeah.
Which
So
is fine, bro. But
which
don't
is-
fucking tell me you're hungry at 11
When
and
you
then
haven't
tell me
eaten
you didn't
anything
fucking
all
have
day.
breakfast.
It's like I
she's
have a
like, yeah, I
headache.
had coffee. I'm like,
That's
yeah,
not
but that's
It's
not
like
food.
it's like, yo, I have a headache. Well, what'd you eat today? Nothing.
Yeah. Oh, I think you're onto something, bro. I think you're onto something.
But then if I mention it, well, yeah.
A lot of girls have headaches, man. Are you all eating?
Yeah.
I might not be eating.
You ever
man.
seen those videos? It was like when your girl says that she has a headache, and you come to her like, "Well, did you drink enough water for today?" She goes, "Shut up." I'm just saying, did you drink enough water?
Yo, facts though. Like water is very important. I need my H2O in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's fucking crazy. You can go, Mike. My bad.
No, you're good. Yeah, I think the bro code is definitely. Hold on, is it bro code or just bro?
Just like the bro, the bro group
okay.
versus the girl group, and they voted that the bro group was a stronger bond than the girl group.
I think the bro bond is stronger than a girl bond because just even based off of our own situation, and we've been friends for over like
10 plus years, yeah.
10 plus years. Some of us 50. I've known Jamel for 18,
Oh, that's facts.
Yeah,
It's been a long.
which is wild to
You
even
know,
think
ugly
about.
money that's in Germany for like fuck, decade, right? Drinking age, 21 years.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You've only known Travis since you were 21?
Nah, I've known him for 21 years.
Oh, 21. I was
Yeah.
like,
What are you talking about? Seen that ugly kid for most of my life.
So for the boy group, the boy bro bond, I think it's stronger because like either we don't care enough to like make it a big thing and make it like escalated and make it all petty. And trust me, I've seen guys fucking just be petty about stupid shit,
Facts.
and it's just like why. But I feel like for girls,
there's more emotion to their
there's
stuff.
more there's more emotion.
think
I feel
about
they make
everything.
there's more emotion. I feel like for the majority of girls, not all girls, but they like drama and they like gossip and they
That is
kind of
true.
like
gossip's there. I mean, we gossip.
No,
though.
here's
As a
the funny
group,
part.
we do
Yeah.
gossip.
No,
Yeah.
everybody goes. I'll be 100%.
Yeah, we
That-
gossip OD.
but they'll take something like say the viewing story type thing, like
Yeah, like that
they'll
one's
take it
wild,
to
bro.
a level that doesn't even exist for that scenario.
Yeah, like girls unfollowing
Something you
each
wouldn't
other.
think about.
You
like,
wouldn't think about doing that, and
Yeah.
it's just like, so okay, what if they couldn't attend your thing for something personal, but they viewed your story? Like, are
They'll
they
blow
not
up, bro.
allowed?
They'll
Like,
blow up. That
yeah,
shit will
it'll
make
blow
people
up
go
and it'll
crazy.
get blown out of proportion. I feel
Girls
like
are
for
just
guys,
mean. Honestly, I'm being so dead.
that's why they made a movie.
No, but girls can be really mean because
Yeah.
they'll say some shit to you that would really hurt, and
Yeah,
you
facts.
would be
Oh
like,
well,
They'll
and
say some fucked up shit, bro.
yeah,
They have no filter when they're angry.
yeah.
They
And-
have no filter.
Mhm.
and that shit is the worst.
Like I'm an uncle with a bunch of nieces, and my nieces have crossed the line about each other so many times. It's so fucked up. And even when they're close, they call each other whores
I believe
and
that.
bitches. Like, imagine me calling you, yo, dumb bitch, get over here.
I'd be confused.
I love you, dumb bitch.
Yeah, I can't. Well, that's like if us like
Hey,
if you called
dumb
you,
fuck,
like
look at me.
What up, bitch?
You know what I
that
mean?
just
Like,
doesn't sound right to me though.
but they make it sound like
But it's
funny.
like it's normalized, like in
To
their
them, yeah.
own
You
You don't
internal
think that?
language.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, don't you think that's like a negative?
Like she's a bad bitch, but they'll say that to each other, like things like that. But like I feel like I can't say that.
But I
to
feel
you.
like the term "bad bitch" is like it's a compliment in a
depends.
way.
Nowadays, right?
Nowadays.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
of fucking music. Look at that bad bitch. Who did that? Who fucking invented that shit? David Goggins would not be proud.
David
He has no fucking filter.
or Kevin Samuels, R.I.P. to him. Yo, the stuff he was saying.
He was saying some fucked up real shit to people though. But in all honesty, that's what I'm saying. I really think girls are just mean in general. Like, when I was bullied when I was young, bro, I think most of them were fucking girls. Like making fun of me and like, holy fuck. Now that I'm really thinking about it, it is the girls, man. They just take everything too. Like you said, we can fight about or argue about something, and we know we'll be all right. Like, even if it gets heated, like, use Connecticut, for example. When me and Fonzo, for most people, they would have been like, oh, that's it. That's their
Jesus
friendship.
Christ. Yeah, that whole thing.
Fonzo was, man, he was going one-on-one with Ice. Ice was winning. And
Like, he
Literally-
yelled at all of us. I was just like, what the fuck's going
the
on?
week after, me and Fonzo were fine. but everyone else like would have been like, "Oh, that's it for him."
Like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
this man was punching ice. It's it. Like it's over.
Like anybody on the outside looking in that didn't know us would be like, yeah, they're not talking after that. And this shit just wouldn't happen.
Yeah, man. I don't think I would look too into it. And even if I did, even if you guys were to do something petty or I do something petty to you, I think we just leave it there. Like it's like whatever. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like we don't like to drag things. Like because and the things that girls be doing, like like this bitch did me wrong, I'm gonna unfollow her. And then the other bitch, you see this bitch, she unfollowed me. You believe her? Like if you unfollowed me because you were just tight at me, I'd just be like, all right, like he's being a bitch. And then you would be like, you know what? I am being a bitch. And you'd probably follow me right back. But like,
Or you probably ask him in a funny way, like, Jacob, what the fuck? Why'd you unfollow me? But it wouldn't turn into anything.
I feel like we we'll try to make it make sense and try, like hash it out or whatever. But I feel like with girls, they get past that point where they're like,
there's
they
no
don't even
return.
want- there's like,
the point of no return. Like they just like, that bitch. Like, but you know what's also crazy too? What we do, what I noticed, we insult each other a lot already.
That's facts.
In good terms. So
Yeah.
if it gets ugly, like what are we really gonna say? The only person that really goes out of the way and says some wild shit is Shane, Herbert.
Sometimes Kyle be wilding.
Oh,
Kyle
has
is
no filtration.
no filter.
Kyle be wilding.
He was born with no filter.
Yeah, that kid is wild.
Absolutely.
That kid has a fat
Herbert says
butt,
a shit, but you say something back, and it's kind of like, all right, what's going on? He kind of gets quiet.
If anything, Herbert's more like the girl. He lets things get to him. He really does. Like I remember, I'm not even gonna mention Ashley.
Shout out Herbert.
Yeah, shout out funny man Herbert.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I mean that leads up to my next question. I was gonna be like, talk about our support system. Like, why do you think it's worked so well for us as a group? And before we get there, actually, I want to actually ask you guys this: how many times have we had to tell our new friends or maybe our partners when they first got introduced to the group, please don't take them too serious because this is how we are with each other?
Oh, that's
1,000.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Same here, bro. Every time I bring a new person into the group, or I had like my ex come into the group, it was hard because I always had to like say that, like, listen, what you're about to see is all out of love. Don't think that I'm about to fight anyone. It's just I know how it could look. And then the moment she's like, "What are you talking about?" And then as soon as I walk in, "What up, pussy, Mike?" And then Mike's like, "What up, bitch?" And like it's just like we just like it's just fun for us.
This is like me and Kyle's like, yo, shut up, Kyle. It's like, what's going on over here?
Well, yeah, don't say what Kyle
Randomly,
says.
Kyle could be in the other room and Jamal would be like, yo, shut up, Kyle.
And then he says some wild shit after, and like,
What
who are you talking about this?
What I love the most though is when Jamel is actually like quiet for a long time and Kyle's about to say something for the first time and Kyle just goes, "But yeah, I think and you just hear, "Shut up, Kyle." He gets so fucking
You hear somebody go, yeah? He's like, all right, that's it.
Yo, it cracks me the fuck up.
Shane does that shit.
That is true.
Yeah. My name's Shane. Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, let's talk about our support system. Mike, you go first. Talk about how we help each other in times of need and also how, just individually what we do for each other, like as a support cast, like
For a
our
friend group.
for a
Friend
friend
group.
group. Yeah.
I think it's being together for such a long time that we're kind of okay not seeing each other for a while, and I feel that has to do with just the camaraderie that we've had in this group for such a long time. Like we've gone through high school together, some of us middle school, college, and into our adult lives all together, and we've been around each other for such a long time that I feel like that support starts from that, that day one, and just being together, whether it's at like a formal thing, a family thing, because some of us will invite each other to other like family events or whatever the thing is, just because everyone is so close for the most part.
Facts.
I feel it's just like having that second family outside of your intermediate family that is very important, because there's some things that you probably can't go to your intermediate family, that you need just that outside group of friends. And whether it's in our case it's mixed, boys and girls, so I feel like most of us go to like each other for help, whether it's a girl or a guy. But I think that's very important to why we we go to each other for like support if we need help, whether it's something financially, whether it's about our job, something that's going on in our relationship. Um, we all complain about work to each other, and it kind of just, it's like that stress relief to kind of just like be in common. Like we all worked at the same bank at one point.
Dude, I never worked at that bank.
You already mentioned it.
Yeah, I worked at TD.
And we
Oh
would
God, I
just,
think we all have
we
at one
joke
point.
about it, and Puka would tell me some funny ass stories, but like we can relate. And I think a lot of it is that
They're
we're
not
very
funny. Actually.
relatable.
They're very depressing. Everyone else laughs but me.
I get it now. It's terrible.
We're all relatable. We can relate to each other a lot, which is great. And I think that's, that's why we trust each other so much, like, and, use each other for support.
Facts. I agree with you 100%. Jamal, I'm gonna lead with you, and then I'm gonna come back to me.
It was like,
What do you think?
supposed
Like, what is that? Like, talk about how we help each other in the times of need, and also just how our support system has helped in the group of the bro group.
I'll say it does help that like we've known each other for such a long time,
Yeah.
but within that long time, we've all been through some shit with each other. Like whether it be like Sandy or like other things like that. Like
Facts.
we've all been together through like this hard time. So I feel like it's easy for all of us just to ask each other for help. And it's not like a burden. It's like, no, like you're my boy or anything like that. Like I'll help you.
Yeah.
So the support system is there. Like it's always gonna be there. And it's funny because like you know how like we meet people for the first time and then they ask us how long we've been friends and we tell them and they're like, that's
How?
somewhat not yeah, it's not normal because most
Yeah.
people out of high school they don't stay friends. Not even like out of middle school, they don't stay friends like that. And the fact that all of us are still like talking to each other and social media helps, like
Yeah.
chats and
Memes.
whatnot. Yeah. Then like you said, we don't have to see each other every day, but like if some shit happens, we can call each other like, hey, I need help with this, and it's like sure, like like it is like it's not a burden. So
Facts.
it's crazy to think about like even saying because it's like it's been a really long
Yeah.
time.
Shout out to Shane's mom yesterday. Talked to her about this exact thing. Like she was mentioning, I think it was Shane's aunt in the room as well
Yeah.
with us,
Yeah.
and she was just telling her like they've known each other since middle school and like high school, and like she's so happy that we're a group of friends that's pretty much stayed
Yeah.
the same, whether we have a couple people in and out due to relationships and other friend groups that we meet, but like we've kind of like started as a small group, and people that we meet, other groups, kind of like
Expanded. Yeah.
expand, and they become part of what we
They
were.
become our
Yeah.
sub circle to what we are.
You
Because
know,
we'd be ignorant to say they don't have their own group too.
yeah,
They join our group in their own subdivision from our circle. Kind of
Mhm.
looks like a fucking molecule of cells.
but we can all be together in one environment and
Yeah.
just
Facts.
all have a great
Like we all
time.
know each other's parents. Like it's
Yeah, it's all natural, like love and care
Yeah.
and goodwill. Like,
It's a rarity,
yeah,
definitely.
it's definitely rare. Yeah, like just to piggyback basically off these two, our support system has been like one of the most important things for all of us individually at one point. Like we know, like he mentioned the time of Sandy, like that's when I got affected, so fucked up. My house got fucked up, and the first people that came and wanted to see how I was doing or if I need any help were like Jamel, people like Shane. I think it was. Did you come? I don't remember if you came.
I don't think so.
There were some other people, and they didn't just do it for me, but they also did it for the town of Island Park, town of Long Beach. But obviously, Jamel let me stay at his place for a little bit. Then he kicked me out.
That never happened.
Shane let me use his
Nobody
shower.
kicked him out.
He let me like stay over while I waited for the gas station down the block. Jamel knew I couldn't run that fast, so he took my keys and moved my car for me. Like these are the small little things that you don't understand. Like
They left me at school.
I
Because,
left him. He took my boy's my boy.
Crazy.
I owe his brother-in-law like a
You owe him dinner.
yeah, I owe him
Just-
dinner. Shout out to him. He let me do stuff in that room, so I appreciate that.
Niece is almost traumatized. They're all good.
But they're like my brothers, man. Like in times of need, they definitely help me out. Like I'm going through something right now with my individual life, and I used to be scared to ask for help. I used to think that was like showing weakness, but in this time I was like, fuck it, yo. I've grown up. I know what it is to ask for help, and I know my brother's gonna get me. And I did, and I asked for them, and they all showed up, man. Like a shout out to them. These two came, and they've helped me pick myself up from my feet, tell me, "Yo, everything's gonna be better. Whatever you need, just let me know." And it should be like that. Like he said, it's a second family for me. Like if you don't have a first family, the second family means a lot to certain individuals, and it happens. Sometimes you're not close to your family. Like I'm one that's listen. I love my blood family, but they fucking gossip so much about like negative shit. Like I think like when me and him and Jamel gossip, it's about funny shit. Like, oh, did you hear what this motherfucker did the other day? Stupid. Like, and we'll tell that to his face too, to the person that we're talking shit about. Like, so it's not like we hide that shit. Like if you use an example, give an example, like fuck.
Just
What's
say
the most?
Herbert.
No.
It's a general example.
To give an example, like who's the most recent person that's done something stupid as fuck?
Herbert.
Is it Herbert?
That's crazy.
Probably.
I don't even know. I will use Herbert as an example. Like yesterday, this motherfucker decided to be cool and just chug 3 beers and then left.
Four.
So rumors have it that he threw up and just got. I really hope this idiot didn't drive, but I'm just gonna assume he did. Like when we see him, we're gonna make fun of him and slap him and tell him that's not what you're supposed to do.
He's probably gonna message you after like listening or watching this, be like, "What the fuck?" It's like, yo, well, why did you leave?
Fake as fuck. I don't even think that motherfucker listens to the podcast, bro. He's just who knows what he does in his time. But when we tell you when we gossip, it's things that are happened and we can comment on, and then we're just commenting again on it, and we won't be afraid to say it to that person either because there shouldn't be any like fear to say like, yo, you're a pussy, like, or yo, bro, that's not the smartest thing to do, or like shout out to fucking Shane when he defended me for pushing Renee. Sorry, Renee. Like Shane defended me for pushing his girlfriend.
That was the craziest car ride ever.
Yeah,
and Herbert was in that car, and we were like, okay.
And even like Jamel wasn't afraid. The next day, Shane asked him like, "Was I wrong?" And Jamal's like, "Yeah, bro, you were very wrong. You were not supposed to side with Puka." And even the next day when they told me what happened, I was like, "Oh my god!" I apologized to Renee. And Renee started laughing. Said, "Don't worry, your boy already defended you." And I was like, "Oh fuck, you idiot! Why would you do that shit?" So like that's how big the bromance and the broship is with us. Like we've just been through thick and thin, man. We've seen each other grow up. Like sad to say, like when he lost his father, we were there for him. When I was in a horrible moment, we were, they were there for me. When he told me about his mom for the first time, like we were there for him. And like times of tears for all three of us. We've teared up at some point, I think. Maybe not Mike. I don't think I've ever seen Mike cry.
I don't think I've ever cried in public.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Mike
cry. Not that I can recall.
Yeah, honestly, I don't remember.
Let me see them tears. That's crazy.
But before, let me see. Was it actually
Herbert? We're not answering any of your questions.
Yeah, we're definitely not answering any of these questions. Mike, we'll answer just for shout out to Alex, and also Alex and Mike J are going to be part of the podcast this season. It's happening. I don't know when. Maybe later in the year. Maybe sometime in November, December. Maybe for season 3 or maybe season 4. Because the way I'm going, it looks like I will finish in my episodes in 12 weeks. Maybe you will. Yeah, that'll be enough time. So,
get ready, Alex.
Alex says, Alex, we're going to save this question for that pod, like for the partner pod. Okay. But can I just ask you, is this TMI? What the fuck's a Mikey Mike?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I've been since she's been
nickname?
in Salem. It's not a nickname.
Is that your nickname for your penis?
No.
That's legit though.
What do you call your penis, bro?
I don't call it anything.
Mine's Little David.
What?
Little David.
like a rapper name? Like what?
No, that's his name, Little David.
I don't have a name.
Yo, come on, be honest.
You guys have,
I don't have a name. He's just there. He's just there. I can't.
It's a he.
You can't even call him Little Jamel, bro.
His name like
Jamal Theon.
To be like bland. His name is Johnson.
He's just Johnson.
He's just Johnson. He
does come get this Jones.
He does his thing, and then that's.
Yo, guys have names for their penises.
I don't have a name for mine.
Are you sure it's not Mikey Mike? That's a little weird. Why
the first time she said that to me was when she got to Salem. So I don't know if it's like a hocus pocus bullshit.
But, you're bewitched now. Oh damn.
No, I was bewitched yesterday when I got eyed by that lady at 3 a.m. on the road.
Oh yeah, that was creepy.
That was bewitched.
Lord.
The last topic we're going to talk about is going to be a 5 to 10 minute at most, bro. Give me your opinions on this dumb bitch Jada fucking Pinkett. Someone just tell me what your thoughts are on this whole thing. She's come out with a book, and in the book, she basically says that Tupac proposed to her. She's saying that her and Will have actually been divorced. No, not
Like
together.
separates like
6
2016.
years ago. That Will was a dumbass for slapping Chris Rock because they were not together.
She doesn't know why he slapped him.
She was confused when he goes wife. I'm like, and she was
Yeah.
confused that he called her his wife. Like,
Yeah, and she keeps talking about Tupac like he was their soulmate, even though when Tupac died, I don't know if anyone knows, he was engaged, not to her. So that is what I'm so.
you know what she said?
Give
She
me your
said-
opinions, Jamal.
She said,
Dumb bitch.
Tupac is her soulmate, but there was no chemistry. I don't know how that makes sense.
Maybe that's the way she just saw it.
That's
honestly, I truly believe that, because I'm not going to front. I've heard and I've seen things where like Will hasn't been, he's not an angel in a sense.
Yeah, that I've heard.
Like
man.
they've had bumps in their relationship, but you can never tell with them because like 1 minute they're in an open relationship, 1 minute they're not.
Mhm.
1 minute like they're separated, 1 minute they're not, and it's just weird. I truly believe like she is a narcissist. Like she likes hearing herself talk, and she transformed that into like a talk show, like Red Table Talk and all that stuff. And in her doing that, she literally like was like shit talking her husband, and then had him on the show, and was like, "Yeah, I fucked your son's best friend."
Which is so weird.
Wild.
Like I don't know how you can sit there and do that to someone, and then talk
On
about
live
First
television.
of all, you know what? You're right and wrong too, because if she would have done that to me, and I'm across that table, I would have been like,
Are you
this
flipping
show's-
it?
This show's over. Like, what do you mean?
But
How are you saying this in public?
he sat there. It was just like
he just took it, bro.
Yeah,
You saw the memes where he looks mad, fucking
he
depressed.
looked like a broken man. But then he said, "I'm gonna get you back," and I'm like, I don't even know what that means. So it's like I don't know what's with the both of them. But
And poor, what's his name? The fucking son's friend.
August Alsina,
The what? Well, he was friends with who?
Jaden.
Poor Jaden, man. This
Jaden.
guy. Hey, bro, you want to come over? Yeah, why not? I'm gonna fuck your mom. Like, what the
Like they're
fuck?
just weird. And then like this whole thing about her, like, you know what I find crazy? Her birthday, I think, was recently, right? So we'll post this whole thing about her. You know what she posted?
Oh my god, I
A
heard
video
about
of like
this.
her and Tupac dancing.
Yes, this
On
Ebro
her-
in the morning was talking about this. He
Yeah.
goes, "Donkey of the day goes to Jada." Like,
Damn. I didn't see that.
It's like, why are you doing that? Like, I get if you.
and
My
then she
thing
comes
is-
out with her book that says they're not together.
Yeah, and my thing is, if you're not happy with your husband, just leave.
And then she says that she doesn't divorce him because she doesn't think that chapter's there yet. Like, what?
I don't
What
even
else
know what
needs
that
to
means.
happen?
I don't know. That's why I feel like she just
Like-
likes hearing herself talk. Because to
Yeah.
me, that does not make any sense to me. You
Yeah,
gonna shit talk the man? No. Let me not say she doesn't shit talk him, but she'll talk about another man while she's technically married to someone.
Yeah, and then she says, "Oh, I don't even know why. That's not Will. Will
Yeah.
doesn't like Will would. I don't know why Will slapped him. That doesn't make any sense.
Like she'll put Tupac on a pedestal, who's not even alive, mind you, and
He's
then
dead,
Will's
man. Let
down
him
here.
rest in peace.
Like it's crazy. I
I've
don't
heard comedians talk about this. They're like, "Yo, Tupac's estate needs to fucking sue this bitch so he can get some fucking paychecks because the amount of times that she mentions him is like ridiculous." And and then that's when I found out that like Tupac was engaged when he died, so he wasn't even talking to this bitch.
She said Tupac had alopecia, that's why he was bald. Someone goes, Tupac was bald way before like he was in.
Oh, and he proposed when he was in jail. The comments roasted her,
Yeah.
bro. It's like, of course, he was at his lowest. That's why he wanted to fucking
Yeah.
marry you.
But I feel like at this point, I'm just tired of hearing about her. But like, it's everywhere. I cannot escape
Yeah,
it.
the memes are fucking getting. The internet is doing what it does best, and it's destroying the Will Smith family image. What are your thoughts, though?
I can't really give too much input into it besides what you guys really talked about is what I knew for the most part. But I think it's definitely a case of narcissism because
Facts.
who would want to, shit talk just to shit talk them or be on a platform only to shit talk their husband or, their partner. And it doesn't do good for the family. Like, what do you think the kids are going through as well? Like, because of that.
I
They
mean, they're
never said
adults
anything
now.
about
They're,
it,
yeah,
yeah.
they've
I mean,
never-
they're adults, but I mean, they still
they're
still
part of
have
the
to
family
face
name.
it. Yeah, the name is there, and they're associated to a certain extent.
Because there's Jaden, there's Will, and then there's their other son.
That's Will's son, right? It's not her
Yeah.
son.
Yeah, who's not like he's not like in the spotlight or anything. He's just kind of like low key.
Mhm.
I think he's the oldest though.
Yeah, he's the oldest out
Yeah.
of them. You know what's crazy though? Like Stephen A. said it really good on. He like threw up a Insta clip about his reaction to it. It's true. Like it looks like she's just trying to dehumanize him, like his image. And maybe you're right. Maybe there is some jealousy shit that maybe he was a piece of shit and we just don't know. Like
Mhm.
this man was just cheating on her left and right. Like, and that part has just not come out yet. Like no one said anything about that part, but she's giving out so many things about their relationship that just makes this guy look like a cuck. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this, like I respected Will Smith for the most part. He was like one of the idols I looked up to
Yeah.
until all this. I started hearing about him, and I'm just like, I feel bad. I just feel like this guy should, like, how do you just let her destroy you on the media? Like she's saying she never loved you. Her true love was Tupac, and if he was alive, she'd be with Tupac. Her fucking daughter has a letter written out to dead Tupac
Yeah,
saying,
that
"Me
was
and
wild.
mommy miss you. Come back. I know you're alive." Like what the fuck? Like where's that daughter getting that information from mom? Right? Like
Yeah.
Machiavelli lives.
you know.
Like,
And maybe that's why he hasn't
wild.
come back because you know that bitch Jada's like
Maybe
fucking.
he's like, yo, she's crazy. I can't go back to America.
He's
She'll
like, yeah,
find
I
me.
gotta.
You know what I mean? Like I don't understand the obsession over a dead person. Rest in peace, Tupac. Dear Mama is one of my favorite tracks. And like this part of just making Will look like the piece of shit that I don't think he is, from the information given to us by her. And for the most part, I heard Red Table thing before that episode was
Yeah.
actually helpful for a lot of
It
people.
was. Don't get me wrong. Like a lot of people went on there and like vented and got like their emotions out, and it was a great platform, a great show. And then he came on, and it was just like, damn, like
Yeah, and
he
they
was-
they even I was watching an episode they were with the mom, her and Will and the daughter,
yeah,
and they were saying that she didn't even want to get married. That it was like the worst day of her
yeah.
life.
Like, how do you say that?
Like what the fuck?
And I guarantee it would look so bad if it would have got up and left.
It would have been horrible. Imagine Will said that. Oh, it was the worst day of my life.
Oh, it would have been, yeah,
But he said the opposite. He said he always looked for a big family, he wanted
Yeah.
to be married, and
That's
he was
crazy.
happy. And then she says the complete opposite. Oh, this is the worst day of my life. Like someone said that to me, like, you know, divorce now and you're not getting dick. Like,
You think they have a prenup? I feel like they don't. Maybe that's the reason they're not divorced. Because then
yeah,
she'll
Will.
have.
She said that too. Like, if Will divorces, she's getting half.
Yeah.
she knows it. But I think he has a case here. Like, half of what? You destroyed his image.
That is true.
Like, I'm looking at that guy. I mean, he's still the great Will Smith actor, but like, it's crazy. Maybe we just don't know these celebrities. Like, like I said, I've envisioned Will on small speeches that he's given in like small interviews, and also just from the great movies he's done and the amazing actor that he was. I mean, he still is, but maybe that's not who they really are, man. Like maybe he's really, and I know in his book, I can't say too much about his book, but he talks about struggles that he's had trying to be that manly figure, never wanting to feel like a bitch again or something like that,
Yeah.
right? Like it's just crazy to see someone like I just can't see it. Like I don't even know why someone would stick around with that.
You know what's funny? Will's kind of like always had that image of him. Like even like the back when he was rapping, you know, like back then it was the 90s.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it was like he like his rapping like didn't really have curse words in it. It was never something like
And he gave that speech, right? Like, oh, I'm the first one to do it without any curse
Yeah,
words. And then Eminem dissed him.
yeah, his rapping was never like compared to like NWA and shit like that.
Of
It was
course.
never like that. But he got awards from that. Like he was
Yeah.
never someone you would see as like a gangster like hard. So it's like I feel like he's been dealing with that his entire life, and then it just makes it
Facts.
worse that your wife is really not helping the person you married and you are.
She's
in
like
love with
making
is,
him
like,
out to look like a bitch.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
what's going on?
And now, after all that, she said that slap of him slapping Chris Rock makes less sense.
So now it makes him look stupid,
Yeah, it
and
makes
he's
him look
banned from the
worse.
Oscars for like 6 years.
I mean, honestly, he should be banned. Like, I'm not like, yo, bro, what he did to Chris Rock was so humiliating, and it did the opposite of actually hurting Chris Rock.
Yeah.
It's ramped up his numbers, and well deserved, right? Like,
I guarantee you, Chris Rock saw that and was like,
I
he either has tons of material now, or he's just like, what the fuck? I got slapped for no reason.
yeah, no, I don't even know what to fucking say to all that, man. But
Chris Rock's gonna come out with another special.
Oh, 100%.
yeah, definitely will, man. I know he already did. He talked about it.
Yeah, he did on his. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. He's gonna come out with another
There
one.
was, you could tell there was still some anger. It wasn't the greatest stand up. Like, you could tell it was too fresh. Like,
Oh, 100%. It was
Yeah.
weeks, but like I thought it was a skit. I thought that was not real. And then
Yeah.
when you saw Chris Rock's reaction, I was like, oh, he really slapped.
yeah, Denzel had to get
Yeah,
Denzel, like, I'm retired, motherfucker. Like, why are you making me come
what's
back?
going on over there? I was like, oh, good
Will,
lord.
calm down. But yeah, man. I mean, that's it. I don't want to talk about this crazy bitch too much, man. She really gets me tight. She really upsets my day. Like I don't understand why he's with her.
What do you guys think about the whole Tupac discovery
Oh, with
with the
the
case?
Kiki,
Yeah.
Keffe.
Keffe
Oh,
D.
they arrested somebody and
But like, what do you think about like the timing, like 30 years later, or 27 actually?
I mean, I don't know what could. I mean, granted, they probably have better ways of like finding out information. I know they do. I don't know what
Nothing
changed.
set in stone though, right now.
Yeah,
Right?
like how they
Yeah.
find him? Like they found.
He's always been a witness. They knew that he was in the car. That they know that he's not the killer.
He was a witness though.
He's a person that's being
Incriminated.
Incriminated?
incriminated because he was. I don't know if you read the article. He's the one that he's saying that he gave his nephew the gun, and the guy that pulled the trigger is his nephew that killed Tupac.
So
But
where's
his nephew died years ago in a gang violence thing.
Oh.
So now they're trying to get someone to do the time, and he's the one because he handed his nephew the gun.
And his nephew's dead.
His
Yeah.
nephew's dead.
But like they're trying to like now see like because P Diddy obviously is in the hot seat.
Yeah, they're saying
And-
that P Diddy might have some involvement in it.
I don't
because-
trust P Diddy at all.
I don't know if you guys heard this. In the past, there was a rumor that my brother said this to me. They think that P Diddy was the reason Biggie and Tupac died.
Did you
Yeah.
see? So there, P Diddy's. No, I'm sorry. Biggie's bodyguard at the time.
Yeah, that guy did interviews too. Yeah.
His story has never changed. He said he noticed the car following us and told the driver to run the next like 2-3 lights. And Diddy was like, "Nah, like just keep it up." He goes, "No, there's a car following us. Like he's not stupid." And then the car gets lit up.
Yeah, but guess who runs the light? Diddy.
Yeah,
Diddy's car. Diddy's car runs the light. So
Hmm.
there's a rumor too, right? Like the reason I'm saying why people are asking like the question, why did he want Biggie to die? So there's a rumor going around that Biggie's contract was going to expire, and Biggie had told Puff that he wanted to start his own agency. He was done with Puff Records or what Bad Boy Records, right? And because the rumors had gotten to Biggie saying like, "Yo, you don't need Puff Daddy. Like you don't need him at all. Like you're the star." And he wanted to start his own label because he's like, I want to be away from this East Coast West Coast shit. I want to show them that I'm just here to show love. And he wanted to start his own record label company because he knew that Puff he didn't feel bad leaving Puff because yo, I got you to sign mad people. I brought you mad people. Like I made you rich. Like you go do your thing. You're gonna be all right. I left you stars. I'm gonna do my own. He's like, I just don't want to be involved in this East Coast West Coast shit. And supposedly that conversation never went well with him, and that's what happened. And then ironically, what does he book? Right after that, the Cali tour. So he books the Cali tour, and then Biggie gets killed.
Yeah, but that what you just explained about the whole like Diddy like being I thought it was he wanted Pac to come to what's it called? Bad Boy Bad Boy Record.
Pac
But
never
Pac
came.
Pac never
yeah.
came
Especially he was with
and he
Suge
put
Knight.
out $1 million hit on someone killing Pac.
Really?
And that's what is after the conversation because he didn't want Pac to start his own agency, his own label.
No, you're
and
talking about
take-
Suge Knight. That's
That was
Suge. That's the same reason why Puff is involved with Biggie is the same conspiracy theory with Suge Knight and Tupac.
Suge Knight is crazy.
Yeah,
Oh,
Tupac
okay.
wanted to break free, but Tupac's contract wasn't expiring. He wanted to break out of it. He wanted to break out of it, and Suge's like, nah. Like everyone that talks about Suge knows that motherfucker's like crazy, and he was like, nah, you're not breaking out of shit. And he's like, and that's why I don't know. Remember Straight Outta Compton, like how they show you the scenes, like Suge Knight did what he needed to do to get the shit.
Apparently, he was really like that.
Yeah,
He was really like
He was out there.
Snoop Dogg talks so much shit about him. He hates him.
There's a theory that like Suge was the one who like stabbed like Eazy with like an HIV needle.
Yeah, that's a rumor.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like because they were trying to figure out how Eazy got HIV, but then Eazy was really out here. Like that's not. He was always constantly like having sex with women.
Yeah.
So that probably is the reason. But like, there's a theory that Suge Knight caused all of that.
They questioned that in Impulsive. Like I watched a scene where they had Ice Cube on the podcast.
Yeah.
And they asked Ice, and Ice just looked at the camera and goes, "The fuck is wrong with y'all?" It's like, how do you think this motherfucker got HIV and a fucking needle and just stab people? Like, so I can see how it's outreach, but it's also not impossible, right? Like, I don't think it's impossible either. But There's so much conspiracy theories when it comes to these. Like, there's rumors that Biggie's alive, Tupac's alive. Um, like I said, the biggest rumor out there that they're saying Puff Daddy's about to get caught on is that he had some involvement with Biggie's death, and that this guy Keffe D, whatever his name is, has a lot of information on him. Because back in the day, you had to check in, right? And you still do it today. So with these, when you check in, you have like a gang protecting you, and that's supposedly what happened over there. Like, there's involvement of the Keffe, whatever his name is, with Puff Daddy, because when they went to Cali, he was the gang that he asked to protect them. So the Bloods wouldn't do anything to them if they were like, if they got it. Like, it happens all the time. You see it nowadays, like happening to rappers all the time. Like, I heard where's what the fuck's his name? Chief Keef from again? Chicago, right? So supposedly all the times too, when you go to Chicago, like, it was a big Takashi conversation too. Like, when Takashi was big,
Oh God,
he would have to go when he him and
Chief Keef got
got
it.
into it, and he's like, "Oh, you better never be in Chicago." And then he went to Chicago like at 3 a.m. and started with talking big, like he was out in Chicago, but he was out when everyone was sleeping.
No, people literally pulled up to where Takashi was at. He goes, "You're not here right now. Like, where you at? You was just here." You know what's crazy about the situation? I think so. Takashi, like, he got shot at, right? Because, like, in Chicago, because, like, of course, why are you trying people in Chicago? Chief Keef got shot at and was laughing about it. Like, I think 20 minutes after he got shot at, he posted a video of himself laughing his ass off. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Chief Keef is also would be messed with.
That is some crazy shit.
That's wild.
But yeah, that was a good. Thank you for throwing that thing out there. The only reason I'm going to end it now is because our food is getting cold.
It's been cold.
And thank you guys for
Because
listening.
it took Jacob so long to order.
It was a great time with Mick J. And Jamal. I'll use your name.
Oh, thank you.
But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you stay tuned. This will be up in YouTube in about 2 weeks. Thanks.